The biggest reason for me to come to CSUN right off the bat, and I'll be the first to admit, CSUN was not my first choice coming out of high school, coming out of junior college, but the moment I got that first phone call from Coach Moore and his infectious personality and just his enthusiasm to drive all the way out to me and meet me for lunch, I thought I'd give it a shot and sit down with them, and after 45 minutes of talking the game and talking about what they do on a daily basis, I was instantly drawn to CSUN and wanted to come to campus and find out more. I think that any player, if you sit down with our coaching staff and just have lunch at the bare minimum, you're going to find yourself wanting to come back and have lunch again, and then call them again and ask them questions about baseball, questions about life, and eventually you become a DOR like I did. I committed within a day and a half of sitting down and eating lunch with Coach Moore and the coaching staff. On a daily basis, coming and setting foot on campus, you soon start to realize the pillars of our program first off, and our goals. We're big on goal setting and physically writing down our goals on pen to paper, so you soon very quickly find out we're here to win a national championship, and along the way become a better human being, honestly, and be able to go and contribute to society if baseball doesn't work out. And a lot of times, hopefully it does for everyone, but sometimes life takes you in a different direction, and if it takes you in a different direction, Coach Moore and the coaching staff are really keen on making sure that you know exactly what you want to do and how you're going to contribute to society in a positive way. So I'd say being a day in the life here is very kind of directed towards having time management and having discipline and being able to really organize your day in parts. And our biggest philosophy here was we want to separate our day. So the first part of the day is when we had our baseball. Our practices usually started around 7:30 a.m. So you could really come to the park and just focus directly on baseball. If you had girlfriend problems, parent problems, any type of extracurricular stuff going on in your life, you could kind of forget about it for the first 4 to 5 hours of your day. When you're at the baseball field, we practice for an hour and a half or so, then we go straight to conditioning or lifting, and then we can go and take our classes. So we kind of separate. The moment we exit weights, we go back, throw on our polos, and get ready to attack the classroom. And then after your classes are done, then you have that third part of your day to go and do whatever you need to do, whether that's get in some extra swings, get in some extra study time, some extra tutoring, or even go and be with your family, be with your girlfriend, be with your friends and family. So it was a really cool way for us to compartmentalize our day into thirds, and our biggest philosophy was win that last third. It's easy to come and be excited about winning the first part, baseball, winning the second part in the classroom, but when you're off for the third part of the day, what are you going to do with that part of your day? And the people that were successful, I feel like, in this program really mastered that third part of the day. We got a bunch of guys, and I think the coaches do this on purpose when recruiting, but we have a bunch of just hungry and super chip on the shoulder type of guys that we recruit. So everybody, for the most part, in this locker room is always here. They pretty much live at the field or in the cages or in the weight room. So there's just a bunch of hungry, motivated guys that kind of just push each other every single day. And so there's so many different types of personalities they recruit too. So we got crazy guys that are always jumping, yelling around, screaming, and then we have the shy guys. And within about a month, I'd say, being on campus, everyone's very close and best friends, and they kind of, the shy guys help calm down the crazy ones, and the crazy ones kind of elevate the shy guys to kind of be out of their shell a little bit. But I used to live in the house with 7 baseball guys, and there's never a dull moment, that's for sure. There's everyone kind of together all the time, and just kind of creating a brotherhood. I would say this is almost a huge baseball fraternity, except without the shenanigans that go on at a regular fraternity, but just everyone having fun and everyone eventually going to be out hanging out with each other when you're 40 years old. There's no doubt in my mind. My favorite moment would probably have to be us going out to Tennessee and playing Vanderbilt, big SEC team, and probably the only people in the world that thought we were going to take 2 out of 3 from Vanderbilt was our team. I think even some of our parents were a little dubious when we set out our goal that was to go out and take 2 out of 3. But I'd say one of the moments I'll never forget was Coach Moore stood in front of the bus right before we were about to get out on Friday night, first game against them. He said, "This isn't a vacation, this isn't a have fun and go out and try to win. We're on a business trip and we're gonna take this series from Vanderbilt and we're gonna go fly back home with a series win, if not a series sweep." And I remember everyone kind of thinking, wow, yeah, he's right. This isn't just going and playing them just to play them, but actually competing at the highest level nationally and taking a series. And that was just one of those moments that I'll never forget, and especially when we clinched the game on Saturday to take 2 out of 3, everyone kind of looking around and realizing we're close to where we want to be, and we're still growing and learning from there too. The player-coach communication, I felt, was what really separated this program from a lot of previous programs. And I've been in programs where you rarely talk to the head coach unless he's putting you in the game or taking you out of the game, or the one bullpen a week you throw. Here, you're constantly talking and engaging with our coaching staff. We're fortunate to have a very young and fun, it's never a dull day at the field or in the classroom with our coaching staff. They're always having a good time and joking with you, but also helping you grow and getting on you if you need to get on you, but in an honest way. There's never a time where they're going to tell you something but they mean it the other way. They're going to say, hey, if you, for instance, for me, my leg time to home was pretty bad. It was around a 1.4, 1.5, and they were just like, hey, we need to shorten that leg time because if we get a guy on first, he's going to steal second every time. So it's very direct and practical to what you need to do to get better in order to get you out there as much as possible and get you as much playing time as possible. So it's very tangible and attainable goals that they try to communicate with you. Also, besides just the obvious baseball communication stuff to talk about, you're gonna get, I've never been a part of a team where the head coach calls me on Christmas, calls me on holidays, calls me on my birthday. So that's gonna be another thing that kind of sets you apart, and it really is a family tradition here and family culture, and something that I was very grateful for during my time here.